So as you can see, this is not my new house. This is a Holiday Inn. Lovely. Room service is great. How to sum up this transfer window? Fucking difficult. I think this might be my dream job and also the first job in Journeyman history that I might get sacked. I'll show you why. Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome to episode 2 of The Journeyman. If I haven't mentioned before, I'm a Liverpool fan. I've gone for the full regalia today. Even, hang on, sexy lounge pants, Liverpool lounge pants. Yeah, full kit wanker today in sorts. Obviously, yesterday, I just watched the Liverpool game against West Ham, which I was shitting myself about, but we won 4-0. So hopefully 4th place is now wrapped up. We've got to beat Middlesbrough. Already relegated Middlesbrough at home. What could go wrong? Right. So here's a few reasons why this might be a tricky job. If we look at the competitions, they expect us to win Europa League. Champions League qualification, which we didn't do last year. Semi-final of the FA Cup, and they, as most people, nobody gives a shit about the League Cup. That in itself is difficult, especially considering last year we finished 5th, teams getting very old, and the trouble with this transfer window has been that we've got a couple of players, like for instance, Mark Smith here. Mark Smith, 34 years old, 2-star. He's on 185 grand a week's wages, and we were already over wage budget when we took the job. And obviously, I've offered him out. I've offered him out for nothing. Just go, please, somebody take him. And they're like, not a chance, mate. He's shit. He's a legend for the club, but he's not a legend. We bought him for 4.1 million. Yeah, okay. He was a legend for somebody else, and there's a couple of other players like that. It's painful. Christian Cruz, who we're not a big fan of, 135 grand a week. Luckily, we've loaned him out to Barcelona. Okay, and they're paying all his wages and 100 grand a week, so 100 grand a month. So that's not too bad. But they bought him for £20 million. He scored 1 in 3 goals. He's not very good. Why did you buy him? So, and also another problem, not that I'm, being negative at the start of this, is the fact that when I joined the club, we'd already spent most of our money. That's why I only got 15 million. Let me show you what and who I've bought so far. The first 3, you think, oh, look, you spent 64 million. No, that's not me. The first 3 were all the previous managers. And let's have a look at them. So we've got Georges Mas, who is a attacking midfielder. Decent. 25 million seems excessive. Utterly awful last season. Let's just say it wasn't the player I would have chose to bring in. Next up, we've got Ousmane Konate. Bought him in for £14 million from Portugal. Had a good season last year. A right winger. Decent. 2.5-star potential. He's not going to really get much better. He's a decent backup right winger. But that's just, still, again, not my choice. For 14 million, I think I could have found better. And the next one is Matej Skrtalj, 18-year-old Croatian with 4-star potential. This one I don't mind so much. It's, dirt cheap. We've loaned him out to Birmingham in the Championship, get him some experience. He's got 4-star potential. He's not bad. Not a bad little centre-back. That's okay. So here's the players we bought, and you might recognise one. I couldn't resist. Trouble is, Wolfsburg are now winning the league 2 years running. They've got a shit ton of money. It was impossible to prize the likes of Nijland away. And to be honest, I didn't really want to, because I'm going to play one up front this season. So we've got Hocker anyway. So we brought in Scott Welsh. The game only thinks, or our scouts only think, he's 2.5-star. I think he's better than that. I really think he's better than... I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I think that's undeserved 2.5-star. But he's valued at 25.5 million. We picked him up for 12. He had a decent season last season. Got plenty of game time, which is really good to see. So for the champions, Played 24 games last season. I think he's a good pickup, and he's going to play behind Hotka. And then we needed a left back, right? So immediately, left back, I'm thinking Connor up. I'm thinking Yao. I'm thinking, the other one from Wolfsburg. What's his name? The one I really wanted. Give me a moment, please. Hold the line. Mahmoud. Either of these I wanted. I would have happily taken Overgaard. I also went in for him. Yao was our right back. Sorry, that's why I'm getting a mistake. I did try and go for Yao as well. They wouldn't budge, like stupid amounts of money. So then the next I thought, Connor up. What about getting Connor up in? Because, he's a legend. No, Bayern weren't budging. They wanted 60-odd million for him. So we've gone with Hiroshi Matsumoto. You gotta love a Japanese name, haven't you? There he is, 23 years old. He's not a world beater by any star, but it was fucking hard to get somebody in budget that was decent. And he is a very good player. He's just not like a world star. 13 million. Look at his rating last season for Werder Bremen. I think he's a good pickup. And you've got to love a Japanese player. Hopefully that'll sell us some more shirts. So that was all our money, because we only got to give him £15 million. We managed to sell Lima for £8 million. The bargain price of £8 million. He was worth about 12, but nobody really wanted him, and then we managed to get... He's 29 years old. We're never going to get more money than we are now, so he's only ever going to get worse. And we're playing one up front, like I said. So that was good to get rid of that. A big sale was Stuart McLean, £16 million to Leverkusen. Again, another striker, 27 years old, 2.5 star. I think that's a pretty good deal. He didn't even play for us last season. We bought him for 24 million and then loaned him out. The mind boggles. And he did pretty shit for Crystal Palace last season. So I'm quite happy to get £16 million. Cut our losses. And then Alex Gonzalez for 3 million. He was a sort of 32-year-old left winger. Get him off the wages. Pozzo is one of our old players that I decided to get rid of. I basically had to get rid of him so I could bring in Scott Welsh. So £13 million. He had a good season last season, but we've got better options, I think. And then Nico Betts, a left back that was 33 years old, but he was on... And he's good, he's really good. I've sold him to Southampton, but he was on 225 grand a week, and we needed to reduce the wage budget. So, although you could argue that he's slightly better than our new left back, although a lot older, he's going to reduce quite quickly. I had to get him off the wages. It was disgusting how much he was earning. Then obviously Christian Cruz went out. So we made a bit of money. We've got 15 million left, and there's one player that I'm trying to get in for that 15 million, and his name is Brad Kitching. There's we should be able to get this guy for about 12 million. If we can bring Brad Kitching in, the scouts only rate him 2.5 stars. I think the scouts go fuck themselves. We know Brad Kitching. We know he's an absolute legend. Since we sold him for 26 million to Man City, didn't really play much. Then they sold him to Bayern. Again, bit part player, probably a super sub. And so they're hopefully pick him up for about 12 million, which would be amazing. Right, talking about games, let's look at the new formation. This is subject to change. I said I wanted to do something different, and this is what we're going to go with to start the season. I've got some variations and a thing I'm just working on in the background. Like I said, I build my tactics relatively simple, and then stick bits on and add bits as we go. So it's a flat back four, no attacking fullbacks this time around. We've got a sweeper keeper, because we're playing controlling, so we're playing a little bit further up, and I wanted to try Celia's a good sweeper keeper. And then we've got two central midfielders. We've got the central midfielder defend, and we've got a deep line playmaker in Velasco, who's just one of our key players. And then we've got Gannon on the right, one of our key men, and Wouters on the left. We've got backups for both, lovely. And then we've got Scott Welsh as a shadow striker just behind Eric Hockner. And we've got decent... We'll get to know the players better as we go through, but we've got some other decent players that can come in if it doesn't work the first time rounds, and changes we can make. Then we've got a counter-attacking version. This is our hold the lead formation. It's not defensive, but it's just basically moving that shadow striker into the anchorman role and playing on the counter-attack. Playing a little bit longer ball, not long ball, but we're playing short. I'll show you the team instructions. Looks completely full. And this one. Just playing with it. It's a giant diamond. I have no idea if this works. This will be oh shit, it's all going wrong. Let's just play the giant diamond. But team instructions, we're playing control and fluid. We're playing work the ball into the box, just because I tend to always use that because I don't want too many long shots. It's normal tempo, sometimes shorter passing, so closing down sometimes. Normal defensive line, which is automatically a little bit higher because we're playing control. Playing out of the defence, exploit the right flank because our winger is our best player and we want him to be getting the ball into the box. Mixed crosses. Keeping it simple. We might add more, we might take stuff away, but we want Gannon to get the ball and we want him to be whipping the ball in over there for Hockner. De Jong, how did you sneak in? I saw you sneak in, De Jong. How'd you manage that? What's going on there? Welsh. Can Welsh play right back? Apparently he can play right back. I can play him right back. No, I'm not doing that again. Not retraining and flashbacks. With Wouters as an attacking, because he's more of a sort of striker winger, so I'm playing him as the more attacking option on this left-hand side. I'm hoping Gannon gets a ton of assists this season. So our squad is pretty small. So I think this season, because we've got so many old players, because we didn't have much money to spend, because we've got some really high earners with 1 year left on their deal, basically this season is about survival, keeping our job. I don't care how it is. I don't care if we finish 7th in the league but we win the FA Cup or something to keep our job. I don't care how we do it. Just keep our job because this team is going to need a massive rebuild in the summer. We've got a 30-year-old right back, a 31-year-old. We've got a 33-year-old. We've got another 30-year-old, 29. I like a young team, 34-year-old. We need a rebuild, especially of this defensive line. It's not that good. So there's lots to do. So hopefully this is going to work. We'll get to know the players more as we get on with it. Friendlies went well. We didn't really play anybody difficult, so yeah, you'd expect it. A decent start, a nice, relatively. I have no idea. Crystal Palace, where did they finish in the league? Okay, they finished 7th. Okay, they're quite good. Crystal Palace and Wolves in the first 2 games, and then we got Man United. So good fun with that. Right. Are we ready to go, people? Are we ready to kick off our first game? Operation Don't Get Sacked is go. Right? Brad Kitching deal hopefully should be done before the Wolves game. If they reject it, I'm not going to be a happy bunny if they say, no, we want a shit ton of money. We've got the money. We can go up to about 15 million. So we should be fine. I want Brad Kitching. We barely have any English players, which is really sad to see. Real life, I suppose, isn't it? Let's go. Right. Yeah, homegrown players. Yep. Okay, here we go, people. Good luck, everyone. We need to get Gannon supplying Hockner. That is the entire goal of this formation. Gannon, give it to Hock. I keep calling him Hockner. It's Hocker. Eric. Just call him Eric. That is the goal of this entire tactic, is to give the ball to the striker that's really good at football. Seems simple. Right. Auto number, because I know how you all love a bit of auto numbering. Right. Strength in depth. We don't have much, as you probably saw on the squad screen. It was all about getting rid of the ones we could, those stupidly high earners. And we don't really have the transfer budget to sort of bring in, more players, a bit more depth. We'll do that this season. Right. See, Carl Gannon's our key man, as you can see here. 20 crossing. That is 17 pace, 16 acceleration. That's what you want, really. Runs with the ball down the right, hugs the line. He's just a crossing machine. Good luck, everyone. I'm really nervous. We're playing the same formation, so hopefully we should just be a better team at this. Okay. I think what we're going to do, if at all possible, is bring in Yapstam. I think the team needs a bit of a slap every now and then. Get Scary Yap in the door. If he's not got a job yet, but he was wanted. But I think after we finish with this episode, I'll go and get Yapstam. I've started also... Look at the stadium. That's ridiculous. I've also started rebuilding the backroom staff. There's a few decent ones and a few higher paid shit ones. So we've got rid of a few. There's lots to do. Can we score a goal in 40 seconds on our start? No, we can't. Bugger. We need Brad Kitching in to sort out the defence. He's just like, step away, lads. I've got this, right? Okay, we've had one shot in 8 minutes. But that is the only shot, so... Remember, according to our board, we are now a set-piece first team. Sad days, people. But let me know what you think of the tactic. If you want to give me any advice, I probably will ignore most of it, but feel free to give. If I find any little gems I like, then... Oh, go on. Wooters. Oh, you could have just chested that down and pinged one. But yeah, let me know what you think of the formation, and, it's going to get tweaked quite a lot as we get used to it and stuff, but it's working okay so far. They're still quite far behind learning it. Okay, set piece. Oh, is it going to be like Liverpool in real life? Are we going to concede from a set piece? No, we're not. We are officially better than Liverpool in real life. 3. Right. Come on. Yes, good defensive stuff here. Knox, decent ball in. Good header away. Swell, she could have played the pass there, mate. What were you doing? You're firing it off him. All right, come on. I'm so nervous about this season. As soon as I saw, the high-paid players and the old players and the fact we had no money to spend. Oh, no, another set piece. No. Only feels right that we can, as Liverpool, we concede our first goal as a set piece. It wouldn't be Liverpool if we didn't do that. That one's for you, Klopp. That was just poor. Okay. Right, we're still on top of this game. We should get a couple more chances. Right, Evans comes away with it to Shaffi. On to Taylor, to Hills. He's had a lot of the ball so far. Decent ball over to Cornhill. Takes a decent touch, beats his man, and then just smacks it into the crowd. Okay, they're coming into it a little bit here. They're not even trained on this tactic, so we can't judge it too soon. We need 3 or 4 games before we can even begin to say how shit my tactic is. Right, we've not been good enough. Oh, I'm going to get sacked. I just know I'm going to get sacked. I can feel it. We're going to go for Richard Barker, who's more of a lefty, and then who's another English player, and then Dylan Wooters behind the striker. We'll try that. All right, good luck, everyone. Come on, let's get at least a draw. Let's not lose our first game, yeah? Let's go attacking. Let's give a bit of a team talk. Assertive, push forward. Come on, boys. Stat-wise, it's not been a too horrible-looking game. All right, Gannon. Cross machine. Okay, it's fine. Emma to Velasco. Gannon cuts inside. Left peg he's not really used to. Hocker! Yes! Gannon. I'm going to call him Gammon so much this episode. Gannon to Hocker. That is our season in a nutshell. And our first goal, it was only right. It was those two linking up. I thought he was going to shoot with his left, but he wasn't confident. Just lays it across to Hocker, who fires it, almost misses, which would have been impressive in its own right to miss from there. And it's 1-1. Come on, boys. Stay and attacking. We're going to try and get this win. Corner. Remember, we're a corner first team. Set piece first, people. Okay. Not quite what I was hoping. Hopefully that's not the highlight, though. He rolls it out. Danger. Closing down well. All right, Emma. On to... Matsumoto! All right, Wooters. Barker. Velasco. Wooters. Lovely stuff. Matsumoto! Go on. Lovely. Barker. Oh, he's trying to find Hocker. Everybody just give it to Hocker. That's basically the team instruction. That's a good ball to Matsumoto. Ball in. Hocker's there. Heads it on. Oh, it's a great save. De Giorgio. Offside Barker. We're pressing for this winner. We're going to bring on a slightly more attacking central midfielder. And make him... We don't really want to have 2 playmakers, but we'll make them support. Just get forward a little bit more. Do we want to really push for this? We're on attack anyway. Let's go attack. Attack. Get those wing backs charging up. See if we can win this game. We're going to get counter-attacked to death, aren't we? 10 minutes left. Come on, let's get a winner, boys. I'm quite pleased with how this first game's gone. Regardless of the result, we've created decent chances. Not too many long shots. 90th minute. We've got one little cheeky chance left in us. Undefeated, my friends. We are undefeated. Oh, don't you dare. We are undefeated. I spoke too soon then. Thankfully, he didn't shoot. I'm not going to go mad because the first game, unlucky lads, played better, deserved the win. We are third in the league. Okay, admittedly, there's only 4 teams have played, but we'll take that, my friends. We'll take that. Right. And Matsumoto doesn't even speak English yet, so it's going to take him a bit. Of time. We do have another decent left back as well, Evan Billard. Right, my friends. Yeah, let me know what you think of this tactic in all its glory. Like I said, we're still learning it. It's the passing style and the formation itself that my team isn't used to. I'm not. The only bit I'm about is how we play this role behind the striker. Scott Welsh can play attacking midfield, advanced. Any of those is all good. We've also got other players that can do it as well. So would you have an advanced playmaker there or an attacking mid? Let me know what you think, guys. Right, we are underway, my friends. I think we'll have to come back for the Man United game, won't we? So Man United, Stoke. We don't know. Oh, we got the Europa League. We're supposed to win the Europa League. I was going to almost fob it off this season. We're going to have to go for it, aren't we? Because we need to keep our job. So we might finish 6th in the league. But if we can do well in the Europa, maybe that will keep... We have to go for every competition because it's the only way I think we're going to stay in a job. Right, there we go, my friends. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you're excited for this series. Oh, I can't wait. I'm nervous. I've never been so unsure about a save and getting sacked. Just because I feel like they're asking a little bit too much of us. Right, thank you very much for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.